Hello, you're watching Diamond Media. I'm Akhtar of Grade 8. Headlines. Diamond International School announces dates and starts campaigning for the school parliament election. News in detail. A press conference was organized on July 7, 2025 at Diamond International School, officially kick-starting the school parliament election process. The event began with an insightful speech by Mr. Anil Naik sir, the chief observer of the school parliament election, emphasizing the value of democratic participation and student leadership in shaping a better school environment.
Remember, India is our nation with a renowned, biggest, world's largest democracy. It is the second most biggest democracy. And what is democracy? Democracy means a government by the people, for the people, and of the people. As our students need to understand the electoral process, we have organized an election in our school. This initiative is to provide an opportunity for our students to understand what is democracy, how an election is conducted in India, how the leader should perform. We will have a small group of leaders in our school called our councils, and the members are selected by you and by our students. So, remember, we are going to understand what is democracy, what is election, and what is a leader in our school. This initiative of ours is to provide an insight about a general election.
Mr. Girish Kamath sir, the Chief Election Commissioner, then formally announces the election day and details the entire election timeline, which includes nomination, scrutiny, withdrawal, and the final listing of the candidates.
We will be declaring the election date, which is on July 14th, and discussing the procedures now. On July 3rd, we will have the distribution of nomination papers. On July 3rd again, the submission and scrutiny of the nomination papers will be done on the same day and the candidates chosen. Also, on July 5th, the withdrawal of the nomination will be held. You will be given a chance to withdraw in case you need to. On July 7th, a final list of the candidates will be announced in the entire school. At 11 a.m. on July 8th, the symbols of the individual candidates will be finalized. You can choose, you will be giving you the symbols and we will finalize it. And at 5 p.m. on the same day, the Meet the Candidate events will be held, followed by the election campaign on the same day. You will have an election campaign on the next day also. So what is the election campaign? That candidates go to individual class, tell about your potential and ask your students, your friends to vote for you. The election will be held on July 14th between 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and the result of all the candidates, the result of the 4 posts will be declared on the same day at 4 p.m.
Diamond Media representatives were also present on the conference and raised some important queries regarding the school election procedures, which were later clarified by the officials on the panel.
Ma'am, how are you ensuring transparency and student involvement in this year's school election?
Transparency is the top priority which we will be focusing this year. We also have got a students election committee where the senior students will be monitoring the entire process to have a fair elections there. We also have a session to educate the students, like awareness session about the election, to educate the students to know the importance and the fair voting section which will be held in this school. So all the entire activities also will be documented for the students election body to review.
Sir, what steps are being taken to encourage more students to participate as candidates?
Okay, then see, what we have done is we have launched a campaign called as the Leadership Awareness Campaign, wherein the current prospective leaders are going through the leadership activities and what the prior leaders did. We also have teachers who nominate prospective leaders and train and mentor them so that they can perform their activities very well, maybe campaigning, etc.
Will there be any campaign rules or restriction this year?
Yes, there are clear guidelines before you place the posters. It should be approved from the election boards, And the classroom campaigning must be very respectful. There should not be inappropriate contents over there. No negative campaigns will be allowed. You can visit all the classes with the positive contents to campaign your friends.
Ma'am, how are you making election more inclusive for our younger students?
This year we have created an exclusive corner where all the candidates past academic or the activities, whatever the performance has been done, is been posted in the wall corner. So the students can visit and check whatever the update has been there. And we also have a display program of the students is been taken previous academic year. So you can study about them before you go for the voting.
Ma'am, can you please explain the roles and responsibilities before voting?
We have distributed your leaders booklet which outlines their responsibility, and additionally they will also have a live panel discussion, so where you can know more about them. This is giving them a chance to explain their goals and plans if they have been elected.
Sir, what measures are placed to handle disputes or complaints during election?
Okay, what we have is a cell called as the grievance redressal cell, which has 2 teachers and 2 senior most students together. In case any candidate feels that the election is not free or fair, he can personally come into the grievance redressal cell and give a complaint. So we are going to go through the complaint and we'll make sure that the student is satisfied or not, make it whether it was a fair or a unfair election. Generally, it's going to be fair. We're going to give you proofs.
Are going to ask votes from your seniors or the juniors. Make sure you all have a positive approach. Inappropriate or negative approach will have a huge penalty. So yes, you will be disqualified as well. So make sure that you all reach them with a positive attitude. No negative things will be allowed. And one more thing, when you are studying your candidate, make sure you study their past year's progress. As we told in the previous question, it has been displayed in one corner regarding all their academics, extracurricular activities, everything. So you can just go through that, then you can decide to choose the right candidate. So while choosing the right candidate, when you are going to choose the right candidate, make sure you have a campaign with them. So which we have to take over to the entire one academic year, building our student council body there.
The Election Commission's officials also released their election symbols to their candidates, which were later shared to their fellow students. Following the submissions of the nomination paper, the next step involved is a scrutiny phase, where all the nominations were carefully verified for authenticity and completeness. This was followed by a withdrawal period, allowing any candidate to voluntarily exit the race if they wished. Once this process was complete, the final listing of the candidates were officially published. The press conference was graced by several dignitaries: Managing Trustee Mr. Sana Altaf Ma'am, Principal Mr. Girish Kamath Sir, and Vice Principal Mr. Anil Naik Sir, all of whom expressed their appreciations to the students' interest in democratic leadership. With the candidate list finalized, the campaigning phase has begun in full swing. Contestants are now actively promoting their manifestos, engaging in their prayers, and showcasing their leadership abilities through creative posters, speeches, and social media style presentations. The school premises are buzzing with healthy competition and democratic spirit. This marks a vibrant and promising beginning of the 2025 school parliament election. This is the end of the news. Stay tuned for the latest update.